Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine.
Hit subscribe. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to a little bit of a controversial video. And why am I saying that? I'm saying that because this game has tons of fans, and I'm talking hardcore fans that don't want this game to be touched. And I understand that. I totally understand it. I have covered this game before, and this mod in particular, and the link will be up there, appearing somewhere right here. You can watch this. I play this with Vorpex, but I also used the mod for it. And I know from friends and I know from people that some people that were working on this mod got some threats from fans and from people that do not want this game to be touched. But you know, okay, anyways, Half-Life 2 2013 cinematic mod in VR. And I'm talking Half-Life 2 VR by Wormslayer and his amazing team. Now, if you don't know, cinematic mod was created by Fake Factory. And what it is, it's a complete overhaul of the original game's graphics and gameplay. And you can see it from the side-by-side comparison. The cinematic mod makes a huge difference in the game's visuals. It improves textures, lighting, and I think it also improves characters. In the description below, there's also going to be a step-by-step tutorial on how to do it, but let's go ahead and do it. There's no time to waste. First thing first, before you do anything, make sure that you have 7-zip installed. If you don't have it, again, link, description, you know the drill. 7-zip, okay? Next, I'm going to have a link to this GitHub, which is the VR Essential mod pack. This is not the cinematic mod, people. This is just Mod Organizer 2 that will install all the mods that you need, and then we will add the cinematic mod on top of it. So I will show you everything. Everything will have links to in the description below. So let's start. Let's get to it. First thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to open up a new tab for in Chrome. You see that it's empty, and I will just copy paste a link for a RAR file that you're going to have to paste it right here in the, let's do it like this. I'm going to paste it here. The link will be in the description below. And now you'll see this. Don't worry about it. This is okay. This is my malware bytes. Continue to website, and I'm gonna let it download. If that happens to you, this is a false positive. I keep saying that in all my videos. These things, for some reason, malware bytes, antiviruses, they don't like those things. They think that everything we deal with is a virus. And it's not. But I understand. It sounds malicious. It does look malicious. It's the address that looks malicious. It's an IP address. There's no real link to it. So don't worry. It is all safe. Now, one thing, a disclaimer, people. I have a disclaimer for you guys. This is a very heavy mod. Everything here is very heavy. So take your time and download everything. As you can see, this is 12.9 gigs. Let it download and everything will be okay. Now, the next thing we need is we need to download the VR Essential stuff. So first thing, we're going to have to download HLMO2 Remake. And I'm going to, again, copy paste a link. I'm going to open a new tab, and I'm going to get the same idea. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to tell it, continue to this website, please. And now I'm downloading Half-Life VR HLMO2 Remake and Cinematic Mod VR Essentials. Okay, and another thing that we're going to have to use is Episode 1 plus 2 assets. So I'm going to create a new and open up a new tab, and I'm going to paste it. It's all going to be in the description below. And now you can see I'm downloading 1, 2, 3 things at the same time. I have a fast internet, but still it takes time. This one is 14 gigs, the cinematic mod is 13 gigs, and episode 1 and 2 is 4 gigs. Not too bad, not too shabby. And then the next thing we need to download, we need to download a lot of things here, guys, but bear with me. And then things you're gonna have to download is, it's called zDak Total Texture Pack. Everything is textures, everything would look sharp. And then it opens up Mediafire. Just download. It's, again, you can see it's almost 9 gigs. Just download it. So take your time and download everything you need to download. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like this, and I'm gonna come back to you when everything has been downloaded. Okay, so it is all downloaded. Everything has been downloaded. One more thing that you should download, and it's to install the zDak Total Textures. Download Neems Tools. Download the installer. It's an exe file. Again, it's safe. I have it right here. You can see that it's highlighted. Install that or download that, and we're going to use that. So the next thing we need to do, once you have installed 7-zip, I'm going to open up episode 1 and 2, open it with 7-zip. I'm going to do open archive, and once it opens up, you can see that it's got episode 2 folder and episodic. All you have to do is you have to extract this to your Steam library, steamapps common half-life 2 VR. Just extract it to this folder. You can see that I have episode 2 and episodic both highlighted because I dragged and dropped from 7-zip, and we can get out of it. That's all you need to do. Now, you don't have to do that if you just want to play the campaign of the game. Episode 1 and 2, that does not mean that it will allow you to play the episodes. What they do is they use the episode 1 and 2 models and the textures. So you can skip this really if you don't want to play that, if you don't want to play Minerva and the Nightmare House. But I like to have everything, so I'm putting everything there, and for you as well, put anything if you want to have that on your PC. Nice. So now that we've done this, I can get out of it, and we're stuck with this. So the next thing you're gonna do, as you can see, it's very important, by the way. I just put them all in a new folder. It's under my PC D, and I called it Half-Life 2 VR 2013 CM Cinematic Mod Tutorial, and I placed them all here. Now, very important, when you want to install this mod, you have to install it not on the user drive or not on C program files. So if you want to do it under C game or C Half-Life, or if you have D, even better. I'm going to do it under D, Half-Life Tutorial. And what I'll do is I'm going to go into, we're done with this, so I'm going to go open up or extract HLMO2 Remake. So I'm going to go to 7-zip, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the archive. It'll open it, and inside you can see that it's called HL2 VR. I will just drag it over here. So now it extracts it, and I will get back to you once it's done. We are back. I can close this, and we have HL2 VR extracted over here. So if you go into it, this is the folder that you're gonna have to use as much as you can. And inside here, there's a thing called ModOrganiser, and this is the window that we're gonna use, has all the mods installed on it. So I'm double clicking on it to launch it, and there you go. This is the ModOrganiser. You can see all the mods, everything that you see highlighted or ticked. This is everything that is installed with the essentials. That's really, really cool. Now, the first thing we're gonna have to do is we're gonna go and press on this configure settings, open it, and in paths, go to path in the tab. You can see the tabs on the top. Go to the paths and make sure the base directory is where we are now, which is D. And this is the folder that I've created called tutorial HL2 VR. And here we have the direct links to those folders that are right here. You can see them on the right. You see that there's mods, there's downloads, and every mod you're going to add, we're going to be into here, and it's going to populate on your screen on the left. So profile and override, don't touch that. And then managed games, this is the most important one. Make sure that managed games is directing the program, the software, to where Half-Life 2 VR.exe is. And for me, it's under game related, under D drive, steamapps, common Half-Life 2 VR, and just direct it over there. Let's do it together. We can see that it's right there. Let's say it was on D. I'm going to go to game related because I know where my games are on, my Steam games are. Common, and then I'm going to Half-Life 2 VR, and there we go. I'm going to press on this and open, and that's it. And then you can press OK and get out of it. The next thing is, please go to the cogwheels, the green and blue cogwheels. Open that, and it will open up this file. Now, binary, you need to direct it to the same spot where Half-Life 2 VR.exe is, which is under your Steam account, the common, and where the game is. And start in, do the same thing. You don't direct it to an exe file, but you direct it to the same folder as we have up here. So it's exactly the same thing, just the folder, not the exe file. And you press OK. And now, on the drop down here, make sure that you select Half-Life 2 VR. Once you press run, it will run Half-Life 2 VR with VR Essentials. And you see there's 83 mods activated. Now, before we run the game, make sure that you untick no bloom. You can see that it was ticked. Just untick it. And in texture mods optional, and in the texture mods optional, you can see here highlighted, make sure that you tick everything that is the zombie replacement or zombie HD, poison zombie, tick them all. And I also ticked down the headcrab in Half-Life 2, the Half-Life prison headcrab. I checked them all, so everything is on in the texture mod optionals. Good. Now we need to install the actual mod. So how do you do that? It's not a big deal. It's not a problem. Since everything is here, in a way, I can basically take this and I will Control X and I will go into the downloads and I will paste it here. So now we have it here. What I want to do is to install it in the mod manager. So I can basically go here and install new mod, which is this button that is a little bit highlighted on the top. Press on it, and then I'm going to go into where I downloaded the mod to, which is in D, Half-Life CM tutorial, Half-Life this, and I'm going to go to downloads, and I'm going to install the Cinematic Mod 2013 VR Repack. It's 13 gigs. Open. And what it does, it will install it. It's going to take a little bit of time because it's huge, but it shows you, it opens up this window. It shows you maps, materials, models, and all that stuff. Here, this is the name. So you can select the Cinematic Mod 2013. It doesn't really matter. It's just the name of how it's going to look like on your list. And press OK. It's going to take a little bit of time, and I will get back to you as soon as it is done. And here we are. We have installed Cinematic Mod 2013 VR Repack. Now you can see that it's not ticked, which means that it's not active at the moment. But before we do anything else, I want to go back to our folder where I have all the files that I have downloaded, and I want to do another thing. As you remember, we downloaded zDak total textures, which was about 10 gigs. And someone told me, hey, you can just install it normally as a mod on Mod Manager. I find that it didn't work for me. And the best thing that I would suggest you do is what we're going to do now is basically I'm going to open up 7-zip and I'm going to open up the archive. I want to see what's in there. You see all those textures. These are all textures. It's all VPack textures. What I'm going to do, I'm going to extract them all, but I'm not going to extract them the way it is. I'm going to extract them, right click 7-zip, extract to zDak total textures, and it will open up a folder for me right here, zDak total textures pack 5.7, and I will get back to you as soon as it's done. And there you go, it finished extracting. So what we did, we extracted zDak total textures.zip into a file called zDak total textures pack, and it will look like this. Don't get alarmed by this. This is a lot of files. But remember, we downloaded the .exe file. So now it's the time to launch it. I'm going to double click on that, and then it's going to install a file, and I'm going to say yes, I accept, and I'm going to do next and install. And I'm going to do launch GCFscape. It'll open up this beast, and now I'm going to open, and it's going to ask for package. So I'm going to go to D, Half-Life 2 tutorial, and I'm going to go to zDak pack, the folder, not the zip file, but the folder. And I'm going to look for zDak total texture pack version 5.7 _ dir vpk. And I'm going to open it. And then you'll see all of this. So we need materials, we need models, and we need sounds. Now, the thing that we can do, if we go back to this folder, we'll go up, and then we'll go to HL2 VR, and we're going to go into mods, and look at all this. These are all the mods that we have installed in Mod Manager. Now here, I would create a new folder, Control-Shift-N, it will create a new folder, and I'm going to call it zDak totes textures pack. I'm going to go into it. So we need material, models, and sound. Right click on them, and I'm going to press on extract, and I'm going to extract it, you guessed it, under D, Half-Life 2 VR CM tutorial, Half-Life 2 VR mods, and I'm going to look for the zDak that we just created. It's under mods, zDak totes, and it's extracting. You can see that it opened up the folder materials. Again, once it's done, I am going to come back, and I'll see you in 3, 2, 1, boom. And there you go. That is it. That is extracted. You can see they have materials, models, and sound, exactly what we extracted from the VPack files. We can close this now. Bye-bye. And now you can see that there's nothing in here, but let's refresh. We're in Mod Manager 2. You can either close it and reopen it, or just refresh. So once you refresh, it takes its time, and now you can see that, look what's added. zDak totes texture pack. You can see that they're not ticked, so that means that they're not active. Let's activate them right now. So I'm pressing the tick, and I'm pressing the tick. Another thing that you should do is you should select both of them and just start dragging them up. And what we're doing now, we're setting up the load order. So it needs to be up where the textures are. Texture pack right here. You can see that there's Cinematic Mod 2013 already, and there's Half-Life 2 HD enhancement. What we're going to do, we're going to drag and drop these two that we just installed above these two. So it's all going to be under texture packs, and we're going to have Cinematic Mod 2013, zDak totes, and then Half-Life 2 HD enhancement project. And we're ready to play the game. And then you can see we have 88 mods active right now, and then all you have to do is press run and play the game with Cinematic Mod 2013, with zDak, with all the VR essentials and all that glory, and the game would look like this.
Help me! Stop! We didn't do anything! They'll be looking for you now. You'd better run. There's There's nothing else you can do here.
Please write in the comments below what you thought about this, if you are trying this, if you have tried it, and how it plays for you, how it feels for you, if you like that. So guys, enjoy this game, enjoy this gameplay, and I'll see you in the next video. And until the next time, VR on. Before we go, if you have installed, if you want to try and install the different type of Alyx that would look like this instead of what we know, then in the comments below I'm going to leave a link to it if you want to install Alyx to look like this. I'm not sure if it's going to work on the VR version, but please go ahead and try it and let me know if it did work for you and if you enjoyed it. Now let's say you are done with testing it and you don't want it anymore and it takes a lot of space from your hard drive. There's no uninstall or anything that you need to do. Basically just select the folder that you installed Mod Manager to and just delete it and get rid of it, and sayonara, goodbye.